Good morning.
Good morning, Father.
It's good to see all of you as we gather together on this beautiful, though somewhat chilly Sunday morning. And if you're joining us online, we're glad that you are able to do so. You have probably noticed that as human beings, we have freedom to choose how to act or react to life, or to people or circumstances in life. We have this ability to respond to the events that happen to us or to others. Now, how we respond to what happens to us in life determines in a large part the course and the quality of life. Now, when you look back at your life, you come to realize that certain events or situations or opportunities and how you responded to them have, in fact, shaped your life. Maybe there was a crisis in your life, and instead of rushing to respond, you slowed down, you prayed about it, and you made a measured response. Or there was an opportunity that was given to you, and you took full advantage of it. You just went for it. You gave your entire self to it. Or maybe you did not, and then later on you kind of regretted your decision. Again, how we respond to people and events in our life makes all the difference. It is our choice. It is our freedom. Now, in today's gospel reading, the disciples find themselves in a moment of transition, and they have to respond to that transition. And transitions can be troubling sometimes and even chaotic. So Jesus kind of gives them a pep talk in today's gospel reading. He says to them, I have told you this while I'm still with you. The Advocate, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you everything and remind you of all that I told you. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give it to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid. You heard me tell you, I'm going away and I will come back. Now, that's the message in the midst of what they are going through as they face the future. You know, their response to this whole thing is what? Fear. Again, transitions can be challenging. What does he mean by I'm going away and I will come back? That's not clear. So as they face the future, Jesus speaks to them of the Holy Spirit, the Advocate. Now, the Greek word here for advocate is paraclete. It's made up of two other Greek words. Para, which means beside or next to, and kaleo, which means to call. So basically, the advocate is the one who is called to stand next to or beside us, or beside Jesus' disciples as they are moving forward. And the advocate will teach them everything they need to know and remind them of everything that Jesus told them. So that's the job of the advocate. Now, even if you know that the change or transition is necessary and good, it is sometimes difficult to embrace the unknown, to embrace the new. So Jesus enters into this situation, into this chaos of fear and doubt, and he basically says to the disciples, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give it to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid." Now, why is he saying this? Because they are troubled. Because they are afraid. As they sit around the table in the upper room, Jesus simply says to them, "Peace I give you." Now, if you remember, after the resurrection, Jesus will meet the same disciples in the same place, in the same room, in the upper room. The doors will be locked. He will walk through the locked doors when they are afraid and hiding, and he will say the same thing 3 times. "Peace be with you." So before the death and the resurrection of Jesus, the message is peace as it is after the death and resurrection of Jesus. And I found it quite powerful that no matter what, Jesus comes to them and to us to give us peace. Sometimes you find yourself in a locked room filled with fear, uncertainty. And what is Jesus doing in that moment? Jesus in that moment wants to come to you and to me and give us peace. I think it's powerful. Now I want to make 2 simple points about this passage. It is true that our hearts can get restless for many reasons. When you face uncertain future or transition, when you lose a job, when you are faced with something that seems bigger or impossible. Now, in those situations, where do we seek peace? Where do you go for peace? Some people seek peace in this world to kind of numb the pain or maybe sedate the anxiety. But what Jesus is saying to us is that the only source of peace, true and lasting peace, is God, is Jesus himself. That no thing in this world can give us a lasting peace. Be it possessions, money, or pleasure, whatever it may be. St. Augustine, in the 4th century, put it in this way. And Pope Leo, who is, by the way, Augustinian, last Sunday at his inaugural Mass, began his homily with this quote from St. Augustine. And at the beginning of his Confessions that he wrote in the 4th century, Augustine says this: "Lord, you have made us for yourself, and our heart is restless until it rests in you." That's the kind of peace we are talking about. No matter what the chaos, pain, or change, or transition, God desires to give us peace and rest. There's a beautiful prayer by Saint Teresa of Avila. You might have heard that prayer before. And it goes something like this. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things pass away. God never changes. Patience obtains all things. He who has God finds he lacks nothing. God alone suffices. That's what we're talking about when it comes to peace, as Jesus wants to give it to us. So the first point is this: God is the source of peace. Not you, nor I, only God, and it's a gift. But like any gift, it is meant to be shared. And so that's the second point. It is true that God is the only source of peace. You cannot be that source. I cannot be that source of peace. But you and I, we can be the channels of that peace. And that, in fact, is our task. And the prayer of St. Francis expresses it perfectly, where it says, Lord, make me the instrument, not the source. Make me the instrument of your peace.
Don't forget to follow St. Patrick's on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube. And please join us for any of our live stream masses this weekend. Details are below in the description. God bless you.
Like burning incense, O Lord, let my prayer rise up to you. Like burning incense, O Lord, let my prayer rise up to you.